Welcome to the Mindset Mile podcast, the show that'll leave you empowered to take action towards becoming the turned up version of your already awesome self. I'm your host, Aisha Zaza, and I'm so glad you're here. Let's go. Hey friend, you've heard me talk a lot about affirmations on the podcast and how much power our words and thoughts have over how we operate. For as simple as saying daily affirmations is, I know it can feel like you're not sure what to say, or you keep wanting to start the habit, but you haven't gotten to it yet. Which is why I'm so grateful this episode is sponsored by Self-Pause, a positive affirmation and visualization app that has thousands of inspiring, professionally recorded affirmations. I love having an app that takes the guesswork out of what to say, and all of the affirmations are always what I need to hear. There are lots of great categories to choose from to fit your personal goals and aspirations, like self-love, confidence, body appreciation, financial growth, stress, basically everything we talk about on this show and more. I've made it a habit to start my morning listening to a recording, and it's helped my mindset so much. Regularly practicing mindfulness is essential for personal growth. So whether you're a manifestation beginner or expert, Self-Pause app is for you. Download the app by going to Self-Pause, that's selfpause.com/mindset mile. That's selfpause.com/mindset mile to start using guided positive affirmations straight from your phone. Hey fam, welcome back to the show. I don't know if you've ever been to Southern California during the winter months, but the weather is just absolutely gorgeous. It's been mid-70s and blue skies for like the last 2 months, and I absolutely live for it. I used to live in Tahoe for 5.5 years before moving to Santa Barbara, and I remember the days it felt like winter would linger forever with snowstorms. So if you're someone who lives where it's cold, I feel for you, and I am sending some sunny California energy your way. Okay, so today I thought it would be helpful to share a few ways to stay positive when you're surrounded by negativity. It's too bad this podcast wasn't around in 2020. Am I right? Man, I could have used a positivity life raft then. Just to paint a small picture, I was pregnant, and then in parentheses, hello, pregnancy hormones. My husband works in law enforcement. The world was shifting in so many ways most of us have never seen in our lifetime. So trust me when I say, I know it can be very hard to be positive when it feels like the weight of the world is sitting on your chest, and it feels like you can't do anything to change it. And I know the world is still so far from what we used to identify as normal. And it's heartbreaking to see the toll it's taken on so many business owners, families, friends, the social media world. It seems to go in bouts still, where it feels like we are just surrounded by negativity. So what can we do? I have 5 simple things to share with you that can help you be positive and feel better when it just feels like you're surrounded by negativity. The first is to give or do something that makes someone else's day. There was a study done in 2006 at the National Institute of Health that found that when people give money to charities, it activates regions of the brain associated with pleasure, social connection, trust, and it created a quote unquote warm glow effect. And a wide range of research has linked different forms of generosity to better health. Isn't that crazy? Like actual better health. Now, I'm not saying you need to go open your checkbook and write huge checks to a local foundation today, but by all means, do that if you want to and can. But wouldn't you agree that it feels so good to make someone else's day by giving or doing something nice? Every once in a while, I'll Venmo a friend $5 or $10 and say, coffee on me with the kiss face emoji, completely unexpectedly. $5 is nothing. But that random act of kindness of someone thinking of you and buying you coffee from afar, doesn't that idea just make your day? It always gives me the best feeling of thinking how I did something small to just say, I love you. So whether you want to go bake something and bring it to your neighbors, if you're an artist, maybe make something extra for a friend. While you're in the drive-through line at Starbucks, maybe pay for the person behind you. Giving feels so good, and it will make you feel so much better. Number 2, exercise. This comes to a surprise to nobody that this is my second tip. I can remember days in my first trimester where I was so depressed and low energy, and I felt like I could barely get off the couch to go get water. I would spend all day convincing myself to go on a walk and would finally go on one in the evening. And every single time, I was like, wow, this is truly all it takes to change my mood. I would end up walking 4 to 5 miles sometimes, which in comparison how the rest of my day went, the level of impressed I was with myself is basically like climbing Mount Everest. Whenever you're feeling down or in a funk or just low energy, I know it may seem counterintuitive to go generate energy, but it truly is more of a mental barrier than it is a physical one. Once you get going and break a sweat or just get out for some fresh air, tell me you don't feel better. Tip number 3 is start doing something new or more of a hobby or a passion that you rarely get to do. During times where I'm feeling frustrated or just blue, it always makes me feel better to get my mind off things when I prep food or try new recipes. Maybe you don't feel particularly creative in the kitchen and you feel like you always just make the same few things. Well, there's this fantastic website called Pinterest that will get your wheels spinning, let me tell you. Don't tell me that you don't see food posts on Instagram or Pinterest and save them only to never make them. Your resources are plentiful. Put them into action. It doesn't have to be food. Go to that rock climbing gym you've always wanted to try or that improv class. Immersing yourself into something new or getting creative will bring you joy in times of feeling negative. Number 4, step away from technology for a little bit. There was about a week, a couple summers back, where I just deleted the Instagram app. Not fully deleted my account, but just deleted the app from my phone so I wouldn't go on it. I honestly cannot tell you how much better it made me feel to not be bombarded by everyone's opinions and meme sharing of current events. For as wonderful as social media can be, there are times where it is an absolute energy vampire and it'll suck the life right out of you. I know what you're thinking. But what will I do when I'm standing in line at the post office or at a red light or when I'm sitting in bed at night? Listen, Toots, you're totally going to make it. It's okay to be a little bored and to not have constant stimulus. It'll feel weird at first because you'll reach for your phone out of habit, but a social media detox will always make you feel better. And tip number 5, write down the things that are going well. Negative thoughts and negative energy have a way of manipulating us into feeling like nothing is going well and that everything sucks. Negativity feels so much more monumental than positivity. Am I right? Like we all love a good day, but I think more times than not, it feels much easier to sulk over a bad day than be grateful for a good one. It feels like negativity stands out more. It's so important to remind yourself of the things you are grateful for and the things that are going well when things feel drab. Because I promise more is going well than it feels. Seeing it on paper is showing yourself truth instead of feeling spun up in whatever negative tornado is happening around you. So to recap on my 5 tips that you can implement today in order to feel better when you feel like your attitude is negative or you're just surrounded by negativity is 1, give. Go do something to make someone else's day. 2, exercise. It'll always change your mood for the better and give you a refreshed frame of mind. 3, do something new or start making more time for your hobbies and passions. 4, step away from social media for a bit. A digital detox is good for the soul. And 5, write down the things that are going well when it feels like anything and everything is going wrong. I promise you, it's not actually that way. Be sure to tag me in your stories on Instagram at Aisha Zaza so I can see how you're loving this episode. And be sure to send this to a friend who might need this message. We'll do it again next week. And until then, make it a great day.